So let's talk about informed status. Now, of all the steps in the six-pack, let me just say to you, from my opinion and from my experience as a consultant as well as a customer, so and I want you guys to think like customers, this may be one of the more sensitive areas and a place where the wheels come off the wagon really fast. Would you agree? Because if I have an expectation that you should have called me about something, and I dropped my car off at 8 in the morning or 7:30 in the morning, and then it's noon and I haven't heard from you, right? I'm already, thinking, oh gosh, did they forget about me? What's going on? By 2 o'clock, I'm thinking, wow, what is going on? And by 3 or 4 o'clock, I'm really, my uncertainty level, which we've tried to lower when you came up on the drive, our first thing is let's lower that uncertainty, get that anxiety down. You're in the right place, we're going to take care of you and your vehicle. We lower it. The minute that I don't keep them informed, the uncertainty goes back up. You with me? And when this is high, when uncertainty is high, there's not much else that I can do. I'm kind of have to play catch up at that point until I'll literally have to recover the customer's confidence. Would you agree? So the idea of the informed about status is key because, you know, it's a simple thing. I understand why we don't do it at times, and that's a pretty simple, commonsensical thing. Meaning we're busy, right? I've got a lot going on today, and I just don't get to it. Well, I'll just say to you that this is the one thing. If I can get to this, that's going to help them stay calm. That's going to help them feel like we're taking care of them, and we haven't forgotten them. So that's a pretty important step. And you know, we used to do the old Dr. Pepper 10, 2, and 4. You'd make 3 calls. I think that's way too much, and it's impractical in today's world. And I don't think most customers expect that. But I think one contact, if they're going to be in here for a day, one contact, whether they're in the lounge and I just go sit down beside them for a moment, give them an update, or if I get them on the phone and I give them an update if they're back at the office or at home, right? So one time, if I had my choice as a customer, I would prefer the 2 o'clock or the 10 o'clock, depending on the, you know, how long the vehicle's going to be with us. Definitely the 4 o'clock is the last of my choices. Now, why am I saying that? Why not 4 o'clock?
You have to plan the rest of your afternoon.
Yeah, my afternoon, I've blown it. Now I've got to scramble. Whereas at 10 o'clock, it's going to be ready. In fact, or, hey, so, you know, good news, it's ready now if you'd like to stop by at lunch and pick it up. I'm feeling good about that, right? 2 o'clock, I can plan the rest of my afternoon. I know if it's going to be ready. I know if I need to make other arrangements if I'm not in a loaner car, or, you know, I can just plan my day and my evening. Even if you need to keep it overnight, I might be okay with that in all likelihood, but I need to know that earlier, not later. So I prefer that if it's going to be one time, 2 o'clock is a sweet spot, or 10 o'clock, one of those two. And, you know, with the number of ROs that you write, you just have to kind of plan that spot in your day, have your list ready, and just hit it and make the calls real fast. Okay? Or sit down, grab the ones in the lounge real quickly, and knock those out. So we want to confirm their contact information. That's right up front. Let's confirm how do they want to be contacted, to be informed, and let's confirm. So if it's, how many ways could they possibly choose to be informed in today's world? Phone, right? What else? Email and text. All 3 of those are viable. The younger the customer, the more viable the texting becomes. Or, in the case of a professional, if I don't answer my phone and you text me, if I'm in a meeting, I might look at the text. So that's becoming a really important thing. Now, we do need to secure permission. Would you like us to, how would you like me to contact you to give you a status update? And if they look at you blankly, you know, by phone, by email, text. If they say text, that's the implied permission to text them. Most people's call plans now allow for texting. So that's no longer an issue. Now that young customer, I'll give you an example. My oldest granddaughter, she's in her 20s. If you call her, here's what you're going to hear. Because she rarely, if ever, answers the phone. Her message, which is not a message, it's an announcement, says this: why aren't you texting me? Click. So if you're going to update that young woman, how would you have to get in touch with her?
Text.
That's it. That's the only way. So today, the best thing to do is ask them, what would you prefer, and then comply with that. And it's easy enough to do. So you provide a time estimate. That's part of informed about status, is they need to know kind of a range of when it's going to be. We don't have to say it, you know, 3:35, your vehicle will be ready. But some, you know, we know on most matters, if we can't give a promised time, we tell them why. Until we really look at your vehicle, there's no way we can tell. And that's usually for more extensive repairs. And then you're going to contact them at least once a day. Okay? By the way, if it's time for an update and you don't know anything, what's your update? I don't know anything. That is the update. And by the way, that's perfectly okay, because what you've just done is send the signal to me, I haven't forgotten about you. And then you want to provide an alternative time, a new time, or revised time for the update. So I think I'll know something in the next hour. Let me try to get back to you in the next hour or so. And you don't have to be precise. But once you've said that, then in the next hour or so, I need to be calling, emailing, or texting. Fair enough? So again, I can't stress the importance of this. Now, when something happens, you just tell them something's happened. This is going to take more time. You provide a revised time of completion of the service and a revised time that you'll get in touch with them to let them know. I'll let you know how we're doing. I think we can still get it done by the end of the business today, but I'll let you know. Because again, that additional service just raised their uncertainty level. We need to lower that. Anytime we can lower uncertainty, we need to do that. And remember, for a lot of people, just being here is nuisance enough, right? It's a nice place, you have a nice lounge, you got coffee, you got all TV, all that stuff, but it's still a break in my day that I may or may not be looking for it.
Right.
So they don't always come here with the most happy face, but if it's important, and the transportation here is really important to people, would you agree with that? Yeah, it's very important. So, and the fine thing is that once the vehicle's ready, then you want to make sure you let them know it's ready. And if it's early, that's fantastic, right? Don't play that game of trying to overshoot and undershoot. I overproject and not always come in earlier. Give them what you think is an accurate time so they can plan their day. Because sometimes you saying it's ready early can cause a little stress. Because now I'm like, oh, I got to go get my car.
Right.
No. We're just letting you know it's early in case you're in the area. So that's it on informed about status. So that do you get the importance of the customer?
Oh, yeah.
This is
That's my biggest
we can do a great job on the front end, which you guys do.
Yeah.
We can do a good job on the back end, which we're going to talk about next, the active delivery. But that little piece in the middle, I've always said, if you hit those 3 high points, you're probably going to be a superstar with your customers. Just those 3. Get them at hello, get them at goodbye, and welcome them back, and then get that update in the middle. Let the technicians take care of business. We've got a good crew here. I have great faith in this technician crew. We're in good hands. Okay, fair enough? All right, that's informed about status.